Good morning, everybody. I'm glad you're here on this beautiful day, and um, I see that Diane is sitting outside. Nobody's sitting in a sukkah, so we can have our imaginary sukkahs around us. Sukkot, I don't know what the plural would be. Um, and we are in the middle of this holiday. And last week we talked about the relationship of joy to Sukkot, and that joy is commanded during this holiday. And we ended up talking about in our discussion the role that gratitude plays in feeling joy. So this attitude of gratitude is kind of important in order to feel joy. So that's been resonating with me all week, as has something else about this holiday. The sukkah. It's the primary symbol of the holiday, and it's somewhat fragile, and it's an impermanent hut or home. So for me, the sukkah has really become a physical reminder of impermanence and fragility. And that has been kind of important to me. So I'm thinking about, how incredibly fragile a home can be. And we've seen the pictures of homes going up in flames out in the West. And we know that there is such an increase in people who's simply not secure in their homes for a variety of reasons. And then we have the sukkah to remind us of impermanence in a general kind of way. So I have spent this week kind of playing with, thinking about, cogitating about joy stemming from gratitude and impermanence, and how they're both associated with Sukkot, and how are they related? Are they related? So that's where I've been this week in my thinking. So I came up with this, maybe somewhat convoluted, but to me it totally makes sense. You'll see what you think. Realization for me that when I look at gratitude, which does lead to joy, when I look at gratitude, I'm realizing that I'm really feeling a sense of appreciation and contentment. That really rises up for me when I'm thinking about gratitude. And the more I thought about appreciation and contentment, the more I saw a relationship between those feelings and impermanence. So appreciation and contentment is accepting what is, whatever is right at this moment, and then this moment, and then the next moment. That kind of acceptance or allowing leads to a sense of appreciating what's happening right now. So I can be kind of content with the way things are. And that has been really helpful for me in kind of wrapping my head around the notion of impermanence, which I find easy to think about and hard to really embody, if you will. So everything is impermanent. This inhale gives way to an exhale. My thoughts are fleeting, and some days they fleet more quickly than other days, but thoughts are fleeting, they come and go. My emotions come and go, and they keep shifting, except for when I really attach to the story of the emotion. If I can stay unattached to the story, the emotions just come and go. And weather is changing and so variable, and particularly this time of year. And our moods change. So mindfulness helps us with this noticing and acceptance. You know, we need to remember that when we're sitting in meditation and our mind wanders, we acknowledge that our mind wanders and we return to our attention to whatever our focal point was with a kind and accepting attitude. Oh, thinking again. Okay. I'm going to just come back to my exhale or listening to sounds, whatever I was focusing on. So I want to be clear that acceptance and recognizing the impermanent nature of things does not give us permission to be passive bystanders in life. The point is really to be able to notice what's both externally and internally true in the moment, so that with clarity, we're in a position to make wise decisions and wise choices. So before we enter our formal sit today, I want you to look out the window and notice the weather. What's it like where you are? Last week, I had a very funny experience. I was on the phone with my son. He lives 6 miles from me. And he said, "Oh, wow, there's a rainbow." And I looked out the window and I said, "The sky is totally clear." Neither of us had noticed any rain earlier in the day. 6 miles away, he had a rainbow, I had a clear blue sky. So we pay attention to the weather. We're all in close proximity to one another, but who knows? Now, pay attention to the weather inside you. What's going on internally? How's that weather? Is it calm? Is it stormy? Does it feel windy? Is it unsettled? Just note it. And after we sit, we'll check back and you can notice if the weather changed, either inside or outside or both or neither. Okay? So please take your seat. Feel yourself being supported by the chair or cushion wherever you're sitting. And with the top of your head, reach up to the sky. So you're elongating your spine. And feeling energy from above and below. And as we take a couple of nice, deep cleansing breaths, I invite you to notice whatever arises. And then come back to your focal point. So determine a specific focal point. Today, I'm going to focus on my exhale. I invite you to pick whatever works for you. And now we'll breathe in through our noses as deeply as we comfortably can. Hold that breath for a moment or two. And then exhale through your mouth, slowly and fully. Again, inhaling and exhaling. And we'll sit in silence for a few minutes. Paying attention to the shifting thoughts and feelings that might arise. as you slowly come back to the room, I just want to share that I hadn't known that my mom was a Zen master, but I grew up with her saying, "This too shall pass." And that's really the truth. This too shall pass. So I am enjoying the possibility of screen sharing and want to close today's sit with something that was shared by our clergy during services for Yom Kippur. This really, really moved me. And it might not fit exactly with the topic for today, but I think that it's worth repeating. So I have it up on your screen. This is the revolved alchet. We will love, we will bless, we will do caring deeds, we will speak truth, we will beautify, we will cherish one another, we will nourish, we will be empathic, we will do good, we will unite in the name of being, we will honor, we will learn and teach, we will be forgiving, we will give comfort, we will forgive, we will help, we will redeem, we will vote, we will call out for justice, we will pursue peace, we will liberate, we will strengthen one another, we will set right, and we will be set aright.